Has becoming a single mom changed your relationship with your children? On today's episode, I'm gonna talk about my experience with being a single mom. And if you didn't know, I'm MyeshaChaney, life strategist for women who want it all, author, speaker, and your new best friend. So when I was married, I'm gonna tell you guys all the details, okay? When I was married, I parented my children with a strong fist. I was more of like, get up, do your routines, get to school, do your homework. I was just more of like wanting like a taskmaster, get things done. And I didn't have as much fun with them. We had as much fun as we could have. Nonetheless, I was making sure they got to school, tutors, all the domestic duties, cooking, making sure the house was clean. Of course, we had housekeepers and nannies and things like that over the years, but I was given the charge of much of that. So when I became divorced, my relationship with my children shifted. And I honestly feel like I became a more balanced parent. I was able to have fun and crack the whip. I was able to be present more with them and have fun. To me, now they could tell you something else. They're 17, 16, and 12, and they may say, Mom, you are, what do you call it? Capping right now. But no cap, I feel a stronger, healthy relationship with my children now as a single person. It may have to do with the fact that I am more in alignment with me. I'm not hurrying them along so that I can get to something else. I'm more at peace in myself, which makes me a better parent to them. Yes, I think being married and then divorced and raising children, there were dramatic differences, meaning there's not an extra person to appeal to. Like, let's talk about something happened in the home and we have a family meeting. That's different now. But I want to say that my experience as a parent has shifted in the more positive direction. To the women out there that have been holding it down, for me, I was always holding it down. I do nothing differently now than I did when I was married for 18 years. I'm gonna let that settle in with you. People often think, oh, you have 2 people in your house, so you have all this support and help, and I do the same thing. My house is clean because I want a clean house. The dishes are out of the sink because that's what I prefer. I know my children love and miss, and they have their own relationship with their dad. They get to spend time with him. He's a part of their life, and that's beautiful and wonderful. I was very intentional about the kind of home I wanted to cultivate and what matters here for me. I'm a part of this new club, and so far I'm enjoying it. People comment all the time, how has divorce affected the children? Divorce has a significant effect on kids across the board. The research is there. My kids were in therapy immediately. We had the conversation with them. They were in therapy, and I think they went for at least a year. One of them is still going. We do check-ins with their therapists. We made sure that they had support. What they wanted to know more than anything was that they were loved, that they were prioritized, that everything was gonna be okay. And we just did our very best to affirm that for them, that this is life. Surprisingly, they had way more experience dealing with divorced people than we did because most of their friends were divorced. They had parenting schedules. One friend had to be with her dad every other weekend. And so they have been managing this their whole life. It was new for me. All I want you to know is sometimes you can be pleasantly surprised with how well prepared you are for change and transformation. What has helped me the most was being my own person, dealing and healing in my own way. It has made me a better parent. Number 2, I got rid of the expectations of others and the ideals of what it should look like. And I opened myself up to what kind of family unit do you want to have when your children are in your home. Number 3, I was able to accept the type of parent that I was naturally. Sometimes when we're in relationships, we balance each other out. If one parent is the spender, then one is the saver. We just kind of make the family work by doing the role we think we need to do. And I decided that now I get to become the type of mother that I really want to be. And so far, I think it's been rich and meaningful. You may not want to hear what I'm saying because you want to hear like it's lonely and it's isolating. Honey, I'm free. Parenting children in this season of life is full, but it's working. So I'll give you a once over at the end. Parenting as a single person is full of ups and downs, but nonetheless, it's rich and rewarding because every day I show up as my true self to love my children, to be with them, I'm honest, I'm vulnerable. I tell them I don't know, I've never been this way before. Things get heated, frustrations. Hey, I have 17, 16, and 11. I have them call their dad. We do whatever we need to do to be there for the children. And that's, at the end of the day, what's most important. If you are a person that's newly single, I want to encourage you. It may seem challenging and hard because you've always had the support of another person in one home. You can do this. To the person that's been single for many years and saying, look, I just want a partner, you'd be surprised. You have done so well by yourself. I am rooting for you to find the partnership that you desire to help raise your children. No matter what, these kids are covered. They're protected, they're loved, and sometimes that's all that you need in this life. Let me know in the comments where you are in your parenting journey. Are you pleasantly surprised like me that all seems to be going okay in my parenting experience? Or are you frustrated and angry? Listen, I don't expect anybody outside of me to do anything. I do everything 100% and I show up because that's how I want to live. Maybe for you, friend, changing your expectations are everything, and wanting your partner to show up for you and your children in a certain way, and wanting everything to be done according to your desires and how you want your children to be taken care of when they're not with you. I have nothing to do with anything and anyone outside of myself. When my kids are with their dad, they're with their dad. Whatever they're doing is what they're doing. They will be okay. Let me know in the comments your experience, what you're wrestling with. How has your parenting style changed or shifted in this new season of life? If you've been at it for a while, we're rooting for you, for the partnership that you long for, and so much more. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below.